the noise in the background you can hear is the Bruce Highway. We're at the BP at Morayfield. This is the beginning of the trip off to Teewah Beach. We're going to go in from the Rainbow Beach end. That means we don't have very far to travel. We're camping at Zone 2. It's been raining really heavily for the past few weeks, so it should be like a highway up there anyway. We've just hit freshwater track. This is up the Rainbow Beach end of Teewah Beach. There's two ways in. There's this way, freshwater track, and then there's at Teewah there's a barge. The barge takes you across the river there, the Noosa River, puts you onto Noosa North Shore, and then you drive up the beach. Because of all the flooding we had last week, there's a lot of hazards on the beach, there's a lot of erosion on the beach. And we've got a high tide in the middle of the day, which is almost now, and it would just be difficult to get to the campgrounds driving north on the beach at high tide. Go down to the end of freshwater here, get to the beach, turn right, and the campgrounds aren't that far down. Well, we've set up camp. It's raining. It's been raining now for about an hour. Not raining hard. It's fairly light, but it's consistent. And the breeze. We set up camp with the awning out facing north, thinking the vast majority of the wind here comes from the southeast, so it can come over the top of us. And the first big breeze we got was from the north. It's gone, but I'm worried. Very happy we've got an awning. It's doing its job and keeping us dry. We've just put the pies in. We're going to have pies for lunch. I'm going to set up the Weber, and we're going to have steaks, I think, for dinner. And we're going to mull around camp and not do much at all today. Maybe a little bit of fishing tomorrow.
Just say yes, choose to do whatever comes next. This or that, getting drunk on whiskey on a Tuesday night. Drinking where my mind open fire, make love or fight. This or that.
Got everything sorted so that it's nice and easy to use. The predominant winds in this area are normally from the southeast, like I said earlier. There's no wind at the moment, so I'm still thinking they'll be from the southeast, so we've left things as they are. Let me show you around camp. First of all, we've got cooking tent, or the fly screen tent. It's got our obviously our cooker in there, a barbecue. My setup here, got the awning out, Tommy camper and the D-Max. Kitchen's open, but we're not using that tonight. We're going to cook in there. We'll just get the bits and pieces that we need out of the fridge. We're fishing in the morning. So Ranger with the iCamper above it for Gav. He gets up and down a ladder better than me. He used to have a Tommy camper. He sold the best thing he could probably ever have and downgraded to an iCamper. That's my thought anyway. He doesn't think so. This little bag here is interesting. So this little bag, under the zipper here, this is where I'll be keeping my tables and my spare fuel. So I've got jerry cans that fit into that little green bag, and they're only about, I think they're 10.5 or 11 centimeters tall. There's plenty of room there, so I can fit two possibly even 3 20-litre jerrys in there. Or I can buy the 30 litres, they come in 30s as well, and put 2 30s in there and have 60 litres of fuel. Above my truck, obviously, as you use the, or do the Ks and use the fuel, you'd move it into the tank just to get the weight down a bit lower. So this is my table. I lowered my camper, I took the spacers out. So the spacers are gone. The camper's 45 mil lower than it was. So slightly lower centre of gravity, obviously. A little bit less body roll now when I'm going around corners. But it means I can't fit my big long table. As a result, I wanted a second one of these. Top little table, Gav's got one there too. That one's on order and it'll arrive shortly. It'll be here before the Simpson trip.
If you're in, meet me here tonight. Be brave and come along. I'll be alright. Promise me don't need no brake lights. We can travel the world, so just say yes. Choose to do whatever comes next. This or that, getting drunk on whiskey on a Tuesday night. But drinking where I'm by an open fire, make love or fight. This or that.
So I just turned off the fan because there's a huge amount of noise. We're competing with the ocean as well, so there is noise everywhere. So hopefully you'll hear me. Just thought I'd quickly show you around the inside of the van. It's a bit messy tonight. I'm downloading footage on the bed at the moment, but you can see from where we are to the ocean is literally 20 metres that way. That's why you can hear the ocean. But so a quick look around the inside of my camper. Queen size bed up here. It's not really a queen size bed because it's got these lips here. See the width of these lips, so they encroach on the bed. So it's a queen size bed less a couple of inches each side. Lengthwise I fit no problem at all. Wife and I are quite happy with the length of the bed, but if you're a little bit taller you might have trouble with your feet hanging over the edge, so you might need to get a little extension out here for a mattress. Over that side we've got a little bench, and then the shelving, I had that made after I got the camper made to fit. Got a little bench at the back here, and it's great for holding all my bits and pieces through the night. When I get up in the morning they're all there ready for me to put on. And got quite a big drawer here, quite deep, and it goes all the way back, so holds a substantial amount of bits and pieces in there. It's only about half full at the moment because I find it just as easy to keep my clothes in a bag. Got the Sirocco fan up there, got light right up that end of the bed and this end of the bed. They're fixtures, but there's no yellow light, so I use these little portable yellow lights, and I move them around to where I want them to be. That helps with the bugs. So I can turn this off, and we've still got relatively good light without the white light. And the door just below me down here, you open that up at night time, and I pull the toilet out into the foyer, so I've got a chemical toilet through the night, and I can obviously don't have to go outside when I need to get up. Then to throw my boots, dirty clothes, all that, I've got a little shelf in here on top of my drawer, and that's empty at the moment. So well, empty. It's got all the bits that I've just thrown in. So it's got my shoes and the towel, the dirty clothes, things like that. So that's the inside of the Tommy camper. Time for bed. I'll see you in the morning. Grabbing the wading bag. Found a spot here. It's quite a good gutter. We're about an hour away from low tide, so it's still running out. And there's a gutter that goes along here and goes out probably about 50 metres, 60 metres up that way. So there's a good entry exit. It's a nice deep gutter, probably 3 foot right at my feet. And there's a really shallow bank. You could walk on it. It's just the other side of it, probably less than 20 meters out. Perfect for me. I reckon I'll get a feed here. So I'll rig up one of my rods and see if we can't find a whiting, a dart or a tail white. So I've thrown it really close, probably only 10-15 meters out. Just try it because it's quite a deep gutter. See if there's anything sitting on my feet. And I'm on. So the idea is to try this gutter for about 20 minutes. Fish all the different spots in the gutter, so right in close. Then cast out to the outer bank and let it come off the outer bank. In the middle, then on the points where it goes back out to the ocean, the little cutting that runs through. A lot of people get caught in rips. Well, that would be the rip in this scenario. This is a better fish, this one. I only got 6 pound mono, so I'm letting it tire itself out a little bit before I bring it in. So there you go. It's well worth considering an all-round rod, just a 9 foot by the fiberglass composite. Much better dart. The results speak for themselves. I've only been here a few minutes and I've had one small dart. This is a much better dart. Great fun in the surf.
Getting drunk on whiskey on a Tuesday night. Drinking red wine by an open fire. Make love or fight. This or that. This or that. Evenings on the train or catch a morning flight. Enjoying dinner until midnight. Or bed by night. This or I wanna see it all. Find the northern lights. See the stars in the open wild. Catch a glimpse of Panama. We don't need a map. I'll let you know when we've arrived, yeah. We can travel the world, so just say yes. Choose to do whatever comes next. This or that. Getting drunk on whiskey on a Tuesday night. Been drinking red wine by an open fire. Make love or fight. This or that. This or that. Evenings
Just going to leave that on high for probably 15 minutes. Just to give it a really good start off. Hopefully get that crackling going. Then I'll turn it right down to low and probably a couple of hours on low.
So just say yes. Choose to do whatever comes next. Just be brave.
For a little while longer and we'll put in the heater.
Do it all. This or that. Getting drunk on whiskey on a Tuesday night. Or drinking red wine by an open fire. Make love or fight. This or that. This or that. Evenings on the train or catch a morning flight. Enjoying dinner until midnight. Or in bed by night.
Just keep them warm.
This or
Alright, no flies on me. Maybe I'll sit there for a while and rest.
this or that. Getting drunk on whiskey on a Tuesday night.
Sweet potato.
By an open fire. Make love or fight. This or that.
That's camping. Yeah, baby. Teewah Beach. Just a bit of a rundown where we are. We're north of Brisbane. The first sand island's Bribie. The second one is up here at Teewah. So you can get on 2 ways, down North Shore or the way we came via freshwater track. Teewah Beach campgrounds, there's 2 lots to choose from. You've got freshwater campground up to a double island point. That's not on the beach, but a lovely campground. It has amenities. Then you've got Teewah Beach. There's 7 zones in Teewah Beach, and there are no amenities at Teewah Beach, but you can drive up to freshwater from here and use the amenities there. All the camp areas in each zone are similar to this one. We're just sitting behind the dunes, so a little bit of protection from the wind. The predominant winds here are southeast, so you need a little bit of protection sometimes. And then you pretty much find a space and you camp in one of the zones. When you book, you actually book for one of the zones, so you got to choose zone 1 through 7. I always choose zone 2. It seems to have the best protection in poor weather, and it's always done me well. Creature habit, zone 2, like zone 2. That brings us to the end of another video. Thank you very much for watching. I really do appreciate it. Hit that like button for me, subscribe if you haven't already. If you want to support the channel, the Patreon link in the description below, go through that, shout me a coffee. Till next one, take care, safe travels.